G'day, I'm Waz from Talking Up and welcome to our first retrospective series. The retrospective series looks back on some of the trucks, both old and new, that I've had the pleasure of photographing over the last 7 years or so. As well as the images, I will share some insights and stories into the characters that drive the narrative. One of those characters is without a doubt Sonny Warby. To tell Sonny's story, please allow me to paint a picture. It's 1965, gracing our TV screens are shows like the Beverly Hillbillies and Bewitched. The Beatles released the Help album and the Rolling Stones and the Kinks both toured Australia. The Vietnam War continued and Robert Menzies was the PM at the time. It was a time of freedom and revolution. Women's miniskirts got shorter, thanks 60s, and men's hair grew longer. For a young Sonny Warby, it was the year that he bought his very first truck. Unbeknown to him at the time, it would be the only truck he would ever buy and it would still be sitting in his shed some 56 years later. Sonny had been working for United Dairies in varying roles, including as a driver, when he decided to buy his own truck. He had discussions with Norm Lee of Fridgemobile, and as was done in the day, a deal was done with a smile and a handshake for Sonny to become a contractor with his own truck. And Norm seemed to be a bit fond of Macks and instructed Sonny to go and buy one. Go and buy a Mack, he said. Not convinced, Sonny decided he should shop around and he evaluated other trucks like Mercedes, Foden, Inters and Diamond T's. He then went back to Norm and told him what he'd been looking at, and Norm repeated his instructions, go and buy a Mack. It turns out a crafty Norm was getting a commission from the Mack dealership for every Mack sale that he generated. So ultimately, Sonny bought a Mack. The princely sum of £9,250 was the asking price for a bright, shiny red 1965 B-model Mack, complete with a 211 horsepower Thermodyne engine and an 18-speed Quadraplex twin-stick transmission. The final drive was spec'd up with a 64 mile per hour diff. The price was £9,250, but Sonny said that they gave him a £250 discount because he had no trade-in. So that left that £9,000. Sonny also added a few luxuries like West Coast mirrors, a sun visor, blinkers, which Sonny thinks cost him £59 or so. A further £280 got Sonny a turntable, which was put onto the truck and he was ready for work. So a young Sonny picks up his truck on Saturday morning, keen as mustard, rolls into work at Fridgemobile on the Monday morning and is met by a gentleman called Dennis Downer. Sonny introduced himself and said he was there to start work. Could he see Norm? To which Dennis replied, we sacked Norm this morning. With that, Sonny doesn't mind saying that he thought his world had fallen apart there and then. But such is the way things were back in those days. The company was good to their word, and Dennis told Sonny, he said, look, just come back later tonight. Things worked out in the end. Sonny spent quite some time with Fridgemobile, remembering some of the best runs were to Dubbo, places like Dubbo, Kempsey and Wagga, with a single depot drop and return, for which he was paid $180. Doesn't sound like much money, does it? Over the years, Sonny has contracted with his Mack to a few different companies, T&T, Westerns, Con Paint, which he did both local and interstate work. Sonny looks back on his working life with the truck and says it was challenging but very enjoyable and met a lot of nice people. He looks back fondly and remembers 15-hour Sydney to Melbourne runs and the gentle sway of the old Gundagai Bridge as memories that are etched firmly in his mind. After a lifetime on the job, for both Sonny and his Mack, after clocking up 1.5 million kilometres, it was decided in 2014 that Sonny would restore his truck and trailer back to the way it was. It's had a few different colours over the years, obviously orange for the T&T and a couple of others, so it was quite a mammoth task. It was the total restoration was completed in 2016, just in time for the Clarendon Rally and Kenworth Classic. That's where it had its first debut at a show, of which it's been to many. Sonny would like to acknowledge a few people that helped with the project. Matt Stevenson and Mick Drew of MLS Truck Repairs at Riverstone, and also David Chapman, or Chapo as he's better known, from Northwest Truck Repairs, also in Riverstone, and Bruce Gunter. Sonny also acknowledges his mate Stephen Brown, who Sonny and Stephen both restored the trailer themselves. So, okay, I reckon we need to look at some pictures. So let's start with the slideshow. Well, what a great looking truck that is. I'm sure you'd have to agree. It's probably one of the better B-model Mack restoration jobs that I've actually seen. Sonny takes it out to all the shows whenever possible, when we used to be able to go to shows. Hopefully they'll come back before too long. So if you're out at a show, and make sure you have a look at the Mack. It's a remarkable restoration job. There's no expense spared, and the attention to detail is incredible. So if you're there, go up and say good day to Sonny and his wife Mari. Sonny getting on towards 80 years old, I'd imagine, these days. So go up and say good day, have a chat. Interestingly, Sonny's not actually his real name. I had a chat with him years ago, and I can't recall what his real name was, but the nickname was given to him by a family relative when he was little, and he just basically said, "Oh, look, hasn't that kid got a sunny disposition?" or words to that effect. And the name stuck. So if you're out at the show, go up and say good day. Sonny's really fond of a chat, and maybe you can ask him what his real name is. Thanks for watching, and remember to hit subscribe. It really helps us out a lot.